we call it. Every Thursday night we jump on here and have a chat with everyone at the back bar at El's place. So it's all looking good. And yeah, mate, we just wanted to say welcome. Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it. And we wanted to have a chat with you tonight and catch up with you on A, what you're up to, and B, about the new series that you got coming up. But just for those of you who...
Well, the second season of the
second season of the series. So, hey, mate, just let us do the proper intro for you because I know you're used to it and you love this. So what we'd like to do is welcome Robert DiPierdomenico, better known to us all as Dipper, the number 9 legend from Hawthorn, 240 AFL, VFL games, 130 goals, 5-day premierships, 4 night premierships with Hawthorn, 86 Brownlow medalists, 2008 Hall of Fame inductee, VFL, AFL Italian Team of the Century, star of Dipper's Destinations, for those of you who watched that on 7 Mate. He's appeared on Neighbours, he's appeared on Excess Baggage, he's been on The Flying Doctors, he's been on Tackling Pete, the movie, he's been on the All New Monty. Just a minute, mate, what the bloody hell haven't you done?
Have you got time for anything else?
Well, during COVID, we can't do anything, but thanks for inviting me to be on the show. And, of course, we've got our second series of the Dippers Backyard Barbecue Wars.
Yeah, looking forward to it. We've been binge watching it a bit today as well, actually. I watched it during the series last time, but yeah. Yeah, no,
I really enjoyed doing the series last time. It was something new for Australian TV and so, and but with Jason Kennedy and MCW Productions, we've put up a little notch for this year. We've got 7 contestants who are up against each other, and we've also got instead of matching the food with a wine, we're matching food with a beer, and we've got 4 of Australia's best home brewers, and every series
good choice.
So every series, every week they're going to make a brew for what type of week it is. Pork week, chicken week, so something new for television. And it's a 1-hour show. Starts tomorrow at 2 o'clock on 7 Mate. So I'm a little bit excited about it because I've seen some of the programming and it looks really good.
Mate, sounds great. So just a quick wrap up for those who haven't seen Series 1. Dipper had it's Dipper's Backyard Barbecue Wars. It's on 7 Mate. And if you haven't seen the first series, go back and watch it on 7 Plus on Catch Up. Check it out. Check out what the boys did. So the format for the first series, Dipper, was you had 4 expert barbecue blokes came in, and you matched them up week on week, 2 on 2, and they had cook-offs each week against each other.
Yeah, and, in all different areas. Yeah.
There was some great stuff. Seafood night and pork night and that sort of stuff, which was awesome.
Pork looked amazing. That part of me.
Oh, the taste of the food's amazing, but also the different type of barbecues you can use, from electric to on a caravan, from hot coals and wood barbecues and pizza ovens, and it's amazing the food these guys can cook up. And I've learned so much about the barbecue business and the rubs and the and the perfectionists. These guys are amazing.
Yeah. So hey, on that, Dip, what do you reckon your favourite feed for the whole series of Series 1 was, and who cooked it and why?
Well, it's actually it's how they prepare the meat first, right? And we go from chicken week, barbecue week, chicken week, pork week, and we've got fish, seafood week, or whatever. So every type of protein that you can get your hands on. Even dim sims, we even cook up those beautiful dim sims on a barbie, which I didn't know could happen. But I tell you what, I don't have I don't have dim sims unless it's on a barbecue.
Tell you what, Dipper, you haven't lived if you haven't had dim sims off the barbecue, mate.
But the idea of it all, was just everyone's got a backyard. Everyone loves their barbecue. Everyone has an idea of what they want to cook. It's not only just a snag anymore, but you know what? It can't be a snag in bread anyway, right? You can cook up the best ever, but just get a snag, was cooked properly, bit of sauce, and a piece of bread, the old Bunnings way. I'll tell you what, you can't beat that on a Saturday or Sunday morning.
The humble old snag that's been on a smoker.
Yeah. But I really enjoyed the way they cooked up the ribs, and there's so many different ways you can cook up ribs. You can take the meat off the bone and then put the bone back into the meat, and when it just falls apart. But no, we've got
those images look amazing.
Yeah, and the boys were great the way they just prepared, getting themselves ready. But the second series, the idea was, you know what, instead of having 4 guys, we'll push that to 7, and each team sponsored, and they've got 4 home brewers, and then we get everybody to sort of it's the same, you know, if it's pork week, chicken week, hamburger week, Austriana week, seafood week. It's amazing what these guys have come up, and you know, some of the dishes were too big.
We interviewed a couple of the finalists from the American Barbecue Showdown a few weeks back on our show. The guys off Netflix that finished in the top 2, and they are amazing. One of the things that they had to do as a challenge, I don't know whether you've seen the Netflix series or not, mate, but they had a game night where they had to cook things like iguana and possum and raccoon and crazy stuff.
We had an Australiana day. We had an Aussie day where it was emu. What else was there? I just can't think now. But emu was one of the crocodiles. Another. Thank you, my wife. And it's amazing what these guys can do. And when you taste it, you go, it tastes like chicken, but it's actually crocodile. Everything tastes like chicken.
And mate, there's one burning question, right? So the final of Series 1, you know, spoiler alert for anyone that hasn't watched, but Big Scotty got up and won with a rump, right? Of all things, rump, right? What we want to know is, what did Dino do so wrong not to win with that bloody tomahawk? It's the best meat in the world.
Yeah. Well, I call the tomahawk the number 9. The number 9 I play for Hawthorn, because if you turn it upside down, you'll see the number 9. But look, you know, some of these cuts now when I go to a butcher now, I always ask for the best cuts, because I've just come with the theory is that if you're going to eat meat, you might as well eat the best meat. I know it might cost you a little bit more, but you know, go for the best meat, the best cuts, and you'll enjoy it, cooking it as well as eating it.
Without a doubt.
Hey, so we've got a bloke on here, Mick Wood. He's telling us that you are his childhood hero, mate. So shout out to Mick. He's one of our mates.
He is a big
Good on you, Mick.
And he's a crazy Hawthorn man.
Oh, well, they're all crazy, but we've had some great successes over the years, of course, and unfortunately this year we're having a bit of a break, but it's been an interesting year for all footy teams, and in life in general, really.
So
it was good for some footy sides this week, wasn't it?
Mate,
don't even go.
Hey, Dipper, I'll tell you what these blokes did to me, right? We've got a second floor office in Elphington, and we go into the office. I go in there this morning. I pull the blinds up onto my office, and don't hold it against me, but I'm a Pies supporter, right? We got bumped off by the Cats last week.
Well, just said bump.
I go into my bloody office, and they've got on the outside, climbed up with a ladder, and stuck the Cats symbol and the scores from last week on the outside.
That's what we love about the game, that people have got a lot of long memories and have a bit of fun. But I wouldn't say last week you were bumped. I think you were shirt-fronted, honestly.
Terrible, wasn't
it? But that was unexpected by everybody. But don't, Geelong at the moment, they're just a side, just ready. They're playing well. They're fit. They're ready to go. The shorter quarters. Be interested to see. In the past, I've always enjoyed playing in the finals, not having a break, because sometimes you might have 2 breaks back in the day, because you just lose that edge, you know. And when you're playing, and they're only playing 17-minute quarters, this Geelong side's ready to go. So it'll be interesting to see what happens over the next couple of days.
Who's your tip for the grand final?
I was going to say, hang on. Have a think of it. Hang on, Dipper. We're going to keep that to our last question. We'll hold off and we'll get your tip for the finals, mate. So, hey, just back onto the Dipper's Backyard Barbecue Wars, mate. With season 2, you've changed the format. You've brought in the beer brewing and all that sort of stuff, mate. The change of time to 2 p.m. on a Friday. So, talk us a little bit around that.
Well, when you're adding alcohol, you've got to unfortunately show it in certain times. But so we've got a Friday at 2 o'clock. Last year it was on a Sunday, 11 o'clock, and I felt that was a really nice time slot where people wake up and have a look what they're what's going on. But when we add the alcohol to it, we've changed it to a Friday. So with Seven Mate, if you missed the show, you can always get back on 7 Plus, which I've been getting a lot of numbers on 7 Plus, through the destination show they mentioned before. And I've looked back at the barbecue show from last year, but it's all getting ready for the big footy finals, of course, and they've got Bathurst coming up as well. So you can get some really good hints about how to cook up a great piece of meat and enjoy a fantastic brew. And some of the names of brew have come, pineapples, and we've got black chili pepper beer, and what have you got in front of you? What's that in front of you?
Crazy stuff with beer cans these days, I'll tell you.
What's that in front of you there? What do you got there? Old Mate, is it?
Mate, we got the Moondog. We support Moondog a little bit because they're around the corner from the office.
They're literally a couple of streets away from us, so
so we don't mind a bit of Moondog lager or the Old Mate pale ale.
Yeah, it's funny though because I'm not a big beer drinker, but having now learned how to brew, just in the backyard or in someone's kitchen, and I've gone to people's garages, and it's amazing what you can do. So I've started brewing myself now, so I'm really looking forward to. So I've got my first. I've got my first batch called the Harley Special. Harley's my grandson. He's only 16, 17 months old. So the Hate Special. So I'm looking forward to add a bit of gas to that, and away we go.
Perfect. Hey, mate, we expect to see a couple of H's sitting here in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'd say.
Come on, mate, get them in. Don't be shy. We'll give it a go.
Yeah.
We'll rate it.
Trust me, I'm not shy. Yeah. So,
So that's great. And the scoring format this year, Dipper. So last year, in the first series, it was a kind of week by week thing. It was hard to keep up.
So this week, this year we've got a scoring system where we get everyone a score, how they presented, what type of quality they cooked up, or whatever. And some of these guys, they're so consistent, right? Because they're on the barbecue trail of the competitions and some got their own rubs, and so they got their own little special ways that they prepare their meats. So every week, every person gets every team gets a score, and we come up to the end of it, and big grand final. It was very close right through, and when I was on the judging panel, but also some of our sponsors who joined us on the judging panel as well. You got to be harsh about it. In the day, if you either like the food or you don't like the food, and it was quite consistent. But some guys had a crack at me because of the score they gave me. But that's just the way it is,
Yeah. Call it as you see it, mate. That's all you can do, right?
Yeah, one week and you're down the next, or you're consistent. But all these guys were very, very consistent.
Hey, mate, we're getting flooded with comments, which is great. So we've got hopefully a Big Dipper brewery opening soon. So there you go, mate. There's an opening for you. Nothing like opportunity. The other one we got here is not going to happen. John Robertson's asked, can you ask Dipper why he ate all the scallops on set?
Ate all the what?
All the scallops.
Well,
why not?
Okay. So what happened during seafood week, right? In between the takes or whatever. Well, one of the guys had one of the guys preparing his scallops and cut this off and trim that and just put the tweezers on it, whatever. All right, boys, let's break for lunch and then we'll come back. And anyway, I thought, I might have some scallops for lunch. Anyway, so I go to the fridge and not knowing they're the prepared scallops, I've just cooked them up because I'd just been to a Japanese restaurant and I wanted to show the guys how these guys cook the scallops. And I thought, hey, guys, let me show you something. Bit of butter, open the scallop up, bit of soy sauce, and then everyone go, oh, how good was this? Or whatever. All right, guys, let's get back to filming. and go. And what are you cooking? Oh, well, I'm cooking scallops. He goes to the fridge and the scallops are gone because I didn't realise it. I thought they were props, but actually that's actually the real meal. But anyway, he had to prepare some more. We had some more up our sleeve, but they were so nice. Yeah,
I love it. Obviously, that guy knows you and he knows about the show in the background.
Yeah.
Bit more dirt on Dipper from behind the scenes. We're happy with that. Bring it up.
Yeah, no, behind the scenes is all a bit of fun because the barbecue world is temperatures is very important in the way you cook meat. Some like it high, low, and some are pan frying, some of this and whatever. So it was a lot of time getting those. So we worked on electric barbecues. We worked on coals, of course. Hot Shots were one of our major sponsors there, and we also worked on gas barbecues as well. So everybody had to use a different type of barbecue when they were cooking up throughout the competition, which was really interesting. And then when we left the brewers, we asked the brewers, we're going to say, okay, it's pork week this week. What type of beer are they making? So they had to, put their heads down and when you're drinking something which was made 2 or 3 weeks ago, it's quite interesting how it all mixes together. Yeah, and they got it right too. It was amazing.
We also hear, mate, that you might have had a bit of a dabble with some cooking yourself during the series, the film.
Oh, look, I like cooking. There's one thing I love doing. I used to have a restaurant in Carlton called Dipper's Cafe back in the 80s and the 90s. I've obviously been Italian background. That's what sort of got me going with Jason Kennedy of MCW Production. Got involved and said, listen, mate, you want to have because Big Move usually got a fishing show. And he said, listen, get Dipper on board for the barbecue show. And it's worked so far, which is good, yeah.
Oh, well, now here's the go. Get Merv on our show now. We want to talk to him about fish.
Well, the thing is, you either talk to me, I'm Merv and Dipper, or talk to him, he's Merv and Dipper as well. How many people have said, g'day, Merv, and I just tell them to piss off, and they go, geez, that Merv's rude bastard,
Love it. Hey, mate, so just back to footy, we had one of the guys shout out about the Hawthorn Footy Club and your thoughts about the clean out this year and where the future looks like it's going at Hawthorn. Any insight you can share with us? Look,
I've been involved in the game for a long, long time. I've worked for the AFL as well. And so this year, I reckon, this year was the first time in 40 years I haven't been involved anywhere with AFL or Channel 7 or whatever it was, because of the indifferent year. Look, every club needs a clean out. And the thing about Hawthorn, they've been able to pick the eyes of some really great players over the last 10 years with Alistair Clarkson just doing a great job there. And but unfortunately, the Hawks, they're better players have just saw the end of the day. And, Hodgie, Mitchell and all these sort of guys are just retiring. And, it's time for a new breed to come through. And this year they were in most games, but they're going to have to get down the ladder, which they have this year for the first time for a long time, and start building again. But every club needs it. But knowing Hawthorn, they won't be down there for a long, long time. Yeah. But it's great to see. It's great to see St Kilda.
Well, I think those days are done, aren't they, Dipper? You don't do three-peats anymore in AFL.
No, exactly right. But, in our day, we played 7 grand finals in a row. I don't think you'll see those around anymore either. But it's great to see St Kilda and, Melbourne around the mark and the Doggies playing. And, of course, Brisbane Lions. Good to see some new blood in it,
Yeah. Keeps it fresh. Yeah. Hey, mate, so just another question. With the series that you shoot, so is the second series 8 episodes as well, the same as the first one?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and we go from the first one, introduce everybody, their teams and so. I think first week's Pork Week, and then the boys just cook up an absolute storm. And throughout the series, we also throw in some, don't forget you can cook dimmies on the barbecue, so we give a bit of a hint and show people what to do there. And also with the brewers, we talk about the beers and how it's made, and so it's quite informative, which is really, really good. And I love the way these guys are just passionate about what they do. You know, how they do it.
You guys on set to film the 8 eps, yep?
Well, with our production team, we have 94 people on set. No, we don't. No, we have about 2 cameramen, a producer, a sound man, myself. We've got about 8 or 9 helpers. You know, so it's a big crew because television is all about keeping it moving and some long days, 12, 13-hour, 14-hour days. Of
How long were you guys filming for? Was it like?
Well, I'll just say 12, 13, 14-hour days because sometimes, you know, some pork ribs might take 5 hours to cook.
Yeah.
So but in between those 5 hours, you're doing a lot of Facebook stuff. You're doing some info commercials for your clients and whatever. So you're forever talking, but it's all good.
If you didn't do 1 week, then the next week, it would have all been shot over the period of what, 1 week, the 8 episodes?
We're about 2 weeks. We're about 2 weks. We had to have a bit of a break in between and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, it's go, go, go. Everybody has got to go into the same way. You know, there's a lot of arguments on the set and who's got this and what's going over there. There's a knife missing or where's my knife? Who's got my rub or whatever. So
just
we had
that kitchiness that goes on in every kitchen, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
Hey, did you have the same knife sponsor in Series 2 as in Series 1? Because they were
I think we did. Look, you know, it's this COVID's really made me forget a lot of these things because we filmed back in March. We finished in March, starting February, and we finished in March basically. And look, I'm very grateful for all sponsors who are on board. We got caravan sponsors. We have Hot Shots, which is a barbecue fuel, and we have the Matador barbecues, and we've also got so many individual sponsors as well. But that's been really, really good.
So here we go. We've got one bloke that just says a couple of the Bulldog boys threw Caleb Daniel off a balcony into the pub pool while he was dressed as Evel Knievel during the week. What's your favourite footy trip story, Dipper?
I tell you, the doggies, they get up to they get up to some mischief. I mean, Caleb Daniel, he's the smallest AFL player, but what a superstar he is. For those people who don't know, he's a young boy who wears a helmet for the doggies, and he's such a superstar. I can imagine guys throwing him into the pool.
Wouldn't have done him much good.
One of my favourite stories is back in the late 70s, 79 we were. Hawthorn played Geelong up in Darwin.
Yep.
And it was one of those exhibition games. It was really, really hot up there. And anyway, we went up there for about 4 or 5 days, did some clinics around the area. And there was a hotel called the Don Hotel. It's now the casino, but up in Darwin. We went in there. And we decided to go to the wharf back in those days, and you could buy fish off the wharf, right? You could buy, snapper or whatever it was. So we bought about 3 or 4 baby sharks, and we put them in the pool. And we watched people jump in the pool. They see these sharks, but they didn't last long, the sharks, unfortunately. And I know it sounds cruel now, but at the time we were only young and we thought, have a bit of a laugh. But it'd be interesting to see what happens between now and the end of.
No one got harmed during the filming of this episode.
No one got harmed. No, exactly right.
Oh, mate, that's cool. That is fantastic. Hey, so, what's on for Dipper after this? You're saying you're not involved in footy on a high level anymore.
Yeah.
Finished filming. COVID, we're all locked down. But what's life look like after COVID for Dipper?
Well, we've got another couple of shows which we've got in the background that we're putting together. Dipper's Destinations 2 is going to be up and running, but Travel In is obviously going to be the point where we can go and how we can go. We'd love to do around Australia, obviously.
Traveling around to exotic places, eating and drinking booze.
Yeah, but you know what? I've travelled this great country of ours through football, and I've travelled the world through football as well. But there's some beautiful places. Well, there is a beautiful places all over here in Victoria, right through to, up the Kimberleys. I was just up there recently, and over to the west. I mean, I do a lot of that type of work, do a lot of functions. But what I've been able to do now is I've learned Zooming, what we're doing tonight, because it really opens up a lot of new ways of communicating with people. So that's been really, really good. Now, just between now and Christmas, I've got a few things that I'm working on, but we just want to make sure we all get back to some sort of, real life, as you might imagine.
Yeah, morality again,
We're
nice,
all looking forward to getting
Yeah.
Hey, so I've got one other question for you, and I've got an inkling that I might be right. But are you a San Francisco 49ers fan?
Yes.
Nice, well played.
Anyway, been nice talking to you.
Anyway.
Because I met Joe Montana. I got a pigskin signed by the great John Montana.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, well, he came out to Crown Casino in the early days when I was an ambassador out there when they first opened up, and I hanged out with him for a while, and he actually signed me a ball, and I've got Dan Marino from the Dolphins. He signed me a ball as well, and I love the game. I'm sort of leaning towards the 49ers, but of course, when you're a Hawk, you always follow the Seahawks as well, So
Yeah.
what about you boys?
Follow international sport codes a bit. So, what other sports are you into, mate? These days, you hitting the golf ball around, or?
Yeah. Well, when we can, I live near golf courses, so when I get an opportunity to get out there, but we've been locked up there for a while. Love the fishing. Really got into fishing in the last maybe 8 or 9 years, and the bay here is absolutely fantastic. But been able to travel around the world and go fishing, and there's so many things you can do. Horse racing. I love horse racing. Which is a great time this time of the year because the best horses, the best jockeys, and But just knowing a lot of the jockeys, like Damien Oliver's 48 now, and he's still going well, and meeting all the jockeys, what they go through, how they prepare themselves for not just for normal racing, but for spring carnival, and we're on these great, beautiful equine, thoroughbreds. They're an amazing animal.
So what's the pick of the spring carnival?
Who's your pick for the cup this weekend?
Well, I mean, Very Elegant just won beautifully last week or whatever, and I think that she is a very, very good horse to win. I mean, the thing is, I just say sometimes there's too much information, and how many times have you heard, I only went for the colours, I went for the name, I went for the number, So sometimes I just throw a few names and numbers out and they come good, It's not about winning, it's about being part of it,
Yeah.
Al does that. He's got a couple running around down at Cranbourne down that way.
Oh, okay, right. Okay. Yeah, I got a couple of horses there. I mean, Richard Laming, we've got a lot of work with Richard Laming and that. So, but I also do a lot of work in men's health. We've got a group of guys called the Good Bloke Society, where we talk business and horse racing, and we help each other out where we can. And through this COVID, it's been really interesting the way that we've all been able to communicate. And so if you want to know a little bit more about it, it's called GBS, Good Bloke Society. Just look up the website.
So is it on Facebook, Dipper, or just is there a website? What is there?
Yeah. Well, it's called GBS, GBS Good Bloke Society website, and also a very big ambassador of a program called Outside the Locker Room, which we do a lot of work in mental health, in educational mental health around sports clubs and corporates. So, but if anyone's struggling these days, please note there's a lot of people you can talk to. If you don't know anyone who can talk to, just ring up a Healthline or Lifeline, and your local doctor.
Increased issues with mental health and all those sorts of things during COVID. So as part of
I mean, I spoke to a doctor today. I went for a checkup today myself, and I'm 62 now, so I go around every 6 months to get checked up, and he was saying, the doctor was saying that 60% of his clients now are basically regarding mental health. It's interesting, but it's the smallest thing to the like not having a job, which is very not knowing where they're going to live and the family and people who build their businesses up for years have got nothing now and they can't sell off a business. So it all comes down to just a normal thing about working and family and where you live, because we've been destroyed here, but we understand what this COVID is all about. But hopefully we can make the right noises over the next couple of weeks and get out of it, get out a bit more and socialise and see your friends and touch your family and all that sort of stuff,
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, mate, we're all dying for it. So good words and all kudos to you, mate, for being involved in those things. So. Yeah.
I mean, like as you boys are sitting there at a bar, I mean, I've never been a bar person pub person because I've always been playing footy or whatever, but in corporates and that. But it's always great to be able to go to a bar, sit down and just chew the fat and have a couple of bets and get those, spring rolls in here and whatever, and just sort of have a couple of hours.
Exactly. We're blessed, and we get to as many people as we can, and the doors are always open. So all credit to you, mate. So hey, just back on the barbecue thing, just briefly.
Yeah.
We wrap up with you. We know that you're under the pump for time and all that sort of thing.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Out of everything you've done in the barbecuing stuff so far, mate, what's the number one lesson that you've learned while shooting the series that you can share with our followers?
It's called preparation, like really, because how many times we go, oh, let's have a barbecue. You go to the fridge, you get your steaks out, you throw on the barbecue, you toss and turn, you have a beer, whatever. You look as it's quite black or brown or whatever colour you want it, then you put on a plate, you eat it, right? But what I've learned about here is the way you prepare the meat and the way that you keep it at room temperature for a while. And when you've cooked it, at certain degrees where you can actually, all the thermometers and all the bits and pieces you can put into the meat to see if it's cooked or so. And then leaving it rest for a while and come against the grain and the rubs you can put on, just the preparation. And that is, when someone goes to cook something, and that is part of the process. And that's why I love cooking. It doesn't matter. I'm actually, I cook at night time when I'm normally 4 or 5 days a week. I'm in an aeroplane. I'm flying interstate. I'm doing a lot of high-end functions. I come home, and while my family's asleep or my wife's asleep, I'll cook a cake. I'll bake a cake. So just to relax, something simple in the morning. And in the morning, there's a banana cake there waiting for me or whatever. But that's just the way I love to, go down at night. And with the meat side of things, buying good product, the Southern Rangers meat, which we've got absolutely wonderful product.
Who's the meat sponsor this series, Tipper?
Yeah, Southern Rangers. Southern Rangers for Australian meat stores. Yep. They're absolutely wonderful sponsors, and just the cut of meats they have is just amazing. But preparation, just enjoy it, Yeah.
So the other thing that we're getting there is what's your favourite thing to cook, mate? When you do cook, what is it?
Well, on the barbecue,
clearly
I've become
chili, right?
Hey, what was that?
What was that?
It's not chili. We know that, right?
Oh, not chili. Oh, the boys have a crack at me about chili. They tricked me. They have tricked me so many times about chili. But look, I haven't perfected it as yet, but I'm trying to get the pork ribs to a place where you go, you know what, that is it. Yeah. That is it. So I'm still trying very, very hard on that way. But
I'll send you through my recipe.
I was going to say, mate, if you ever want to try some out, the bloke sits and he cooks some of the best ribs you'll ever eat.
Yeah, and that's what I love about that. When someone says, the thing about cooking too, like this, is like, if you put on early in the day and 3 or 4 hours later you come back to it, don't touch and prod it and turn it and whatever. Just leave it.
Look at it. You've been told. Look at it.
That's right, exactly right. If you lift the lid, you go, what are you doing that for? So anyway,
leave it alone.
Hey, mate,
leave it alone.
good to see that you're still flogging a bit of merchandise around the place too. I just did a quick scan around the internet today, and you can buy a Robert DiPierdomenico bloody badge from the Melbourne show from 1989.
Wow.
For $20 from the
$20. Hey.
There was some sort of bloody cooking contest, mate. What happened there?
I've got no idea. I do so many things you bloody forgot what I've done. But
that's a bad. The other thing we found today, mate, was you got the old dipper Coke out.
Coke.
Yeah, the Coke, yeah. Yeah, we had a Coke.
This one's a used can for 15 plus $10 both.
There you are. Yeah, I've got a couple of unused ones.
And then you've got a bit of the old dipper. Tell the kids I love them.
Yeah, that's one of my books. I've written about 4 or 5 books. They've all got pictures, got no words in it, but you know. But yeah, well, you know, Dipper's a bit of a brand, and we just try to get out there and try and do the right thing by everybody.
That's awesome.
Hey, mate, so what's cooking this weekend? What are you going to cook?
All right, well, this weekend it's going to be quite cold, actually. I've heard that the rain is coming down, so very good that you can sit around tomorrow. You've got nothing to do, 2 o'clock on 7, mate. Check out our first show. And then on the weekend, well, I don't know what Dan's got planned, but on if we can get out there on Sunday and hopefully he can let us move around a little bit more. Just you know, get ready for the finals, which is, of course, next week. Got the Cox Plate and got the grand final on the same day. That's going to be a massive day. But no, just do what I've been doing the last 6 months.
That's Sunday, so this weekend's full as well.
It was quite funny because after every grand final, on a Sunday we always knew Bathurst was on, and when when you're playing 8 grand finals in 9 years, you sort of get to see a bit of Bathurst, and so I'm really looking forward to Bathurst this year. But of course, there'll be no one there, so you know.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do what I've been doing the last 6 months, nothing.
Hey, mate, look, it's awesome to have you on, and if you want to throw out one last spruik about what's coming up.
Yeah, look, the thing about spruiking, it's always hard to spruik, but I think we've got a really great show, and we really try and get people to understand, you know, they can learn a lot of things. If it's just one thing, I mean, you know, when you're hosting a show, you get to talk to all the contestants about their passion of food and the way they prepare themselves and the way they help each other too. Even though the contestant, if one guy was struggling or whatever, they all go over there and a bit of a help out. And it's amazing what you cook on a barbecue, if it's gas, if it's coal, if it's electric. It's amazing what you can cook on a barbecue. And some of the food that's come out, we've got barramundi, we've got mud crab, we've got those pork ribs, the number 9s, as you mentioned before. We've got rumps. We've got everything possible that you can cook will be cooked on the show.
So our tagline here at Two Smoking Guns, Dipper, is Smokin, Grillin and Chillin. So that's what we think, you know, life's all about. And you do that with your family and friends, and it brings everyone together.
Yeah. And what's the chilling mean? Is that like just having a few beers, or
just relaxing with your mates, enjoying having a couple?
Yeah, no worries at all. But thanks for having me on board, and hopefully maybe throughout the series we'll catch up and have a chat again.
Awesome.
We'd love to, buddy. So we've had, you know, around about 50 people in and out, and we'll get
terrific.
600-700 over the next couple of days, like we normally do, that check this out. So get on there, get on to 7, mate, tomorrow afternoon too.
Yeah, let me know what you think. It'd be great, you know.
Get on there, mate. Yeah. The people out there love you. We've had nothing but love hearts and thumbs up and comments all night. So we just want to say cheers to you, mate. We really appreciate your time.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you, and to the barbecue world, where it's funny though, because wherever you go, people stop you and they go, mate, I watch your barbecue show. It's not like, hey, aren't you Dipper or aren't you? No, mate, I love your barbecue show, mate. I love the way you did that, whatever. So we're getting out there. But anyway, thanks, guys, and hopefully we can catch up again.
I really appreciate it.
See you guys.
Take care. Stay safe.
Hey, for you guys who are still on board with us, hang in there. We've got a couple of our normal spots that we're going to cover off with you from the last couple of weeks.
Wow, that was awesome.
Oh man!
And my seat's been dropping the whole time.
I love it. That's just made him look like that's gold. I love it. Yes, he looks smaller. If we ever meet Dipper in person, I'm going to have to stand on the crate, right? So it's going to be weird.
Yeah.
Anyway. Hey, yeah, that was super.
No, that was
so
great.
if you get a chance,
Good
jump
stuff.
on and have a look at it. Sounds like the new format's new and improved,
Yeah.
which is good. So really looking forward to it. So, hey, thanks everyone for jumping on and your support and asking the questions and all that sort of gear. Sorry we didn't get to everything. It all moves pretty quick. And in fact, the delay from the live interview is about 20 to 30 seconds on Facebook. So if we didn't get to your question, it's because we kind of sit behind you. Yeah. So that's that. Couple of other quick housekeeping. I know we've run way over time on our half hour tonight, but I'm sure you enjoyed it. It was well worth it having Dick in.
Yeah.
Hey, last week we ran a bit of a comp to give away a pair of our new gloves.
We did, yeah.
What happened? What happened?
What was that? Name my smoker.
Name
the new smoker. The new Oklahoma Joe's Longhorn reverse flow.
Man, we got some
rippers, absolute rippers. And the one we ended up going with, I went with was Brittany Sears.
So right at the moment, from Glen Ryan,
yeah.
We're going to get some stickers made up called Brittany and put on his smokers. It'll be awesome, man. So, hey, good on you, Glenn. Thanks for shoving that in.
Glenn.
It was a ripper. And as soon as our gloves arrive, which we
next week
is the end of next week.
We did have a look earlier. It should be on the 19th.
We'll get some out to you, mate. So thanks for that. That's awesome. Hey, what are you cooking this weekend? I think you already said, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I'm doing a few bits this weekend because it's Caulfield Cup obviously Saturday, so I'll be pushing into that. So might do some dinners, but yeah, and I'm going to do some chicken wings. Love some chicken wings, nice and easy to pick up while you're watching the races.
Yeah, nice.
Then Sunday Bathurst, so I might sit out there with a smoker and put the TV outside, even though it is only going to be about 15 degrees, and do some baby-back ribs.
It's going to be horrendous.
So yeah, that's my day.
Nice. So
weekend. Saturday
I've got, and for those of you who are interested, there's some online cooking classes that run while COVID's on because people can't get out and do stuff. And a great friend of mine, and I used to work with her husband, a lady by the name of Nellie Kerrison, runs a school called Relish Mama, a cooking school. And of course, they can't open at the moment because of COVID. So Nellie's doing a few cooking classes online.
Beautiful.
So Saturday she's got.
So you're learning to cook time. It's taking COVID.
Here it goes. It takes COVID to get me to cook it. So anyway, I'm going to have a crack at some Thai. I think it's Thai green curry and a poached prawn salad.
How do you do that on the smoker?
I don't know. Maybe I'll have to ask. But anyway, so I'm going to have a crack at that, and then I'll probably just throw some chicken ribs on Sunday. I reckon while I'm sitting there at the back with the heater or the fire
on your own.
Me and all my mates. Hey, if you've got any questions, throw them at us. We can see them coming up now. So a few people have said, well done to Glenn.
Thanks, guys.
Lots of people have thumbs up and saying it's awesome. 15 degrees is a heat wave for you, Toms.
It is. It is. So, looking forward to it. Shots. Might even get a single out of it.
Indian goat on a smoker. Any chance?
Who's doing that?
That was Daniel.
Okay.
Indian goat.
Send through your recipe, Daniel. I'll give it a go.
Daniel. Or more commonly known as Homie. Send us in your recipe for that Indian goat. Actually, I think you know a bloke who might have a recipe for that. So get him to send it in.
Why not?
Did we decide on a name for our Thursday Night Live? Where have you been, Trav? We said last week.
Come on, mate.
Mate, lift. Come on. Hey, by the way, Trav's doing a Burgers for the Brave.
That's all right. Yeah, good on you, Trav.
So good on you, mate.
Yeah, down in Geelong.
Trav's down in Geelong. He's trying to organise a hookup down there to cook. I think it's around the hospital.
The hospital,
or
yeah.
And
the
stuff.
hospital, yeah.
And he's going to get a bunch of people with barbecues and meat and whatever else, and give it to the first responders and the emergency workers. So good on you, mate.
Good on you, mate.
I reckon that's super. So that's fantastic. Any more smoker dessert recipes?
I was going to give a couple of things a go, but watch your space.
I reckon we could do
give some a go.
I reckon we could do some.
The cookie was all right the other week. That was good.
Some smoked scones.
Scones, why not?
You reckon?
I don't know. Worth a try.
Throw a shrimp on the barbie until our new smoker arrives. So sorry about that. They're coming. So the new name for the show, by the way, is the 2SG Meatin place, Meatin place. Get it?
Yeah.
You get
Meatin.
all got it?
Yeah. No, we're there.
Okay.
You got it?
Rifles versus gun update. Yeah, good on you, boys. So NFL Fantasy Football League.
Yeah.
Uh,
Who's the winners this week? Oh, I won.
Yeah.
I beat you, didn't I? Yeah. You had a few losses this weekend, didn't you? Collingwood.
so we didn't
NFL
go through our highlights of the week deliberately.
Yeah. There was
Anyway,
no sports on purpose in the front sheet.
moving right
Noticed
along.
that, yeah.
Let's move on. So what else was there on the questions? Smoked cheese and bacon scones. Oh, the smoked almonds were superb.
Yeah.
They were really, really nice. I'll tell you the other one I did on the weekend. Last weekend I cooked the maple orange glazed smoked salmon. So it was in a brine overnight with some brown sugar and a bit of what else is in there? Oil and a few other bits and pieces. Anyway, I'll put it up. You should see the video and all that sort of thing. So
Yeah.
Rifle won third on the ladder. Come on, mate. Easy. Travs, go Cats. We didn't get Dipper's bloody tip.
We didn't. That's.
I'll
just
send
cut
him
off.
I'll sit you reckon I can
We'll
talk?
blame you.
He can bloody talk. Don't worry about that. Notice that you aren't sharing your smoked almonds this week.
He's not. He was supposed to bring him, but as usual, kept him to himself.
And
But
we're
I
gonna.
did share my cook up from last night. But anyway, that's all.
Oh, hang on, I'll put the video up of the fish. Jeez. Give us a break. As the wizard said to the wand.
Oh, there we go. Not again. I thought last week the 10 jokes were finished.
Hey, so quick update. The rubs have arrived.
They have, yeah. Sauce, low and slow.
What are they?
I haven't tried the coffee one yet. You've just given me it today.
Come
So
on.
I'm going to give that a go. I might actually give that a go on the weekend. I'll give it a go.
Mate, you hooked into me about that. So I didn't bloody bring it back. I'll bring it back and where is
I
it
was too
now, mate?
hooked on the gin.
Yeah,
The
right.
gin blend. And I'm not a gin drinker, but the gin, you know, I'm impressed with.
Pork bites look the bomb. I'll tell you what.
Pork bites are the bomb.
Someone
That's
said,
my
how was
favourite thing to do.
the kangaroo? Because we've been trying to do some different stuff, right? And we had game night,
Yeah.
and we've got Bex Boo, the super producer, in the background going,
She's not a fan of
Right,
kangaroo, but so
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. I mean, next time I cooked it, I only smoked it for about 50 minutes. I think next time I'll probably do about 40, maybe, for my taste, just a bit rarer. But yeah, it was spot on. Absolutely loved it. Did a bit of a meat platter that day. Did on there ribs. Did some pork ribs. Did some smoked homemade sausages. Did the kangaroo.
so how many of you were around here? Al?
Just been better. It's better for 3 nights.
It was a platter for 15. I don't know, there was
No, it's
sweet
better for 3 nights. But yeah,
kangaroo Lloyd's. Oh,
Yeah,
God,
that
I'm
was good.
thinking there must be a party on around there, and they haven't invited me.
Yeah.
So, but anyway,
The
obviously.
asparagus wrapped in bacon actually was a winner as well.
So we've just been asked, can we do a segment on wine and beer pairing for smoked meats? Yeah, well, my first one is that
As long as we can do a tasting first.
this pretty much goes with most smoked meats.
Yeah.
But,
Your beer, yeah.
no, look, we can do that. We could.
I want to cold smoke some cheese as well.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So,
That'd be nice. Hey, so you guys just on the Sauce Low and Slow rubs? They're
Yeah,
in. They're on the
in stock
website now. $12.50 for an individual delivered to you.
Yeah.
No postage. We pay the postage.
Yeah.
So $12.50 delivered as individuals, or if you want the set of three, $35 delivered. So,
Yeah.
so jump on.
They're really good. All 3, well, all 2 that I've tried are really good.
It's like having another wife. Anyway,
That's what Betsy calls it.
yeah, tell you, we spend more time together than we do anywhere else. But
Yeah.
anyway, hey, so throw your questions up. What we'd love is some feedback from you guys about what you want to see next week on our 2SG starter tip of the week. So if there's something you want to know about and you'd like us to explain it, or product that you want us to review or something like that,
Yeah.
throw it up there and we'll have a look at it. Any cooking classes for the apprentices? Stay tuned, people.
Yeah, we are going to do something. There is something in the works, definitely.
Yeah. So we're pretty keen to get a 2SG cook day up.
Yep.
And we think we found a partner that could possibly do that. So once COVID settles and everything's under control, and we'll talk more about
Okay, yeah.
that. But yeah, we'd really love that to happen. So.
Yeah.
All right. Al, what's left on the run sheet?
What is that? And the other thing, jump on the website, guys. At the moment, we've got a Facebook Live discount on there. Has been on the last couple of weeks. FB Live 10% discount on your whole order. So yeah, buy up. It's only a one-time code. So yeah, jump on and FB Live 10.
Al, I'm shaking my head. So we got feedback saying we want to see meat prep and beginners tips. Spot on, no problem. We can do that.
Someone also wants to see you in a mankini.
That's why I'm shaking my head.
Guesty.
Good long hard look at yourself, Kesty. Good long hard look at yourself. That bloke.
Maybe we'll do a cook-off because I know I'll win anyway. So
In a mankini.
Well, you lose has to wear a mankini for the show.
I can't believe you spoke about me being in mankini and the people watching went up.
Yeah, went down.
Anyway, guys,
Yeah.
hey, so there it is. Another week of 2SG. The meeting place was great to have Dipper
That was
on.
awesome, right? Yeah.
We'll
Enjoyed
keep,
it.
we'll keep looking around for new and interesting guests to bring
Yeah.
on. And it all went pretty smoothly
That
tonight
was
with
great. Yeah,
IT,
it went well.
which is nice. We can see comments. We've got cameras that work. We've linked in people okay. And bloody hell, who'd have
I
thought?
think it's the first time we've got it all right.
We did.
Get your orders in for Christmas now, people.
Yeah, exactly. So just a reminder, everyone would know by now and have heard that there are problems with stock coming in and all that sort of thing, not just from us, but for
No, it's just
everyone.
literally the boats there. Literally, you look on the. We're looking every day at where our
Yeah.
boat is with our gloves and
Yeah,
a few other bits and pieces, but they're literally.
we've got to get that. So if you want stuff for Christmas and you haven't got an order in sort of by the end of October, early November, especially for some of the bigger stuff, forget it. You're just not going to get it.
Yeah.
Stock will run out because we just, not just us, but everyone's struggling to keep up. And then beef freight, it's going to be a killer. You're just not going to be able to move stuff. So,
Yeah.
So
We
anyway,
actually got an email today from one of our couriers, didn't we?
yeah. So I think the latest they would guarantee delivery in the state was that if you had your order in and placed by the 13th of December.
Yeah.
If it was outside the state, it was like the 3rd of December.
Yeah.
So, it just gives you an idea. But anyway, hey, I think that's it for another
That's
week,
it.
brother. I think
No.
we've had a
Thanks for
ripper.
watching, guys.
And
Appreciate
as
it.
always, happy
Smoking,
grilling, and chilling.
chilling.
Take it
Thanks,
easy.
guys.